what? After yesterday's results, I thought they'd be on the stage.
This is Sportscentre.
Hey, I'm Marissa Roberto, and the wait is finally over. Race day is here and just a couple hours away. We got quite the surprise yesterday afternoon at qualifying, with George Russell taking the pole and setting the exact same time as Max Verstappen. But because he said it first, that's why George is on pole. It was just the second time F1 qualifying has ended in a tie since the switch to 3-digit timing. And George thinks he's got a real shot to win this thing today.
Can you keep Max behind you?
Why not? Of course. Let's go for it. I think the car's been feeling amazing. You know, since we brought some upgrades to Monaco, we've sort of really been in that fight now. So you know, we're going for it tomorrow.
You know what's so wild? Tim and I were just talking about his car upgrades and standing right beside it before he ran that race. I mean, I don't know, was it us? Maybe. Russell's never made the podium in Montreal, but could today be that day? It would be pretty interesting and kind of amazing for Mercedes to do that here in Montreal when normally it's kind of been Max's game. So I'm still going to believe Team Max on this one. It's hard not to. And you can watch the Canadian Grand Prix today on TSN. Coverage begins real soon at 12:30 Eastern, 9:30 a.m. Pacific. All right, we are going on year 3 of this tradition. Every year on race day in Montreal, we call our guy Tim Hauraney, who gives us his breakdown as he walks to the track. Tim, what a tradition. We love it. Great to see you, pal.
Marissa, hello. I haven't seen you since we were caught in that tornado together and your hair smacked me in the face.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. It gets wild out there. I can't control it. Tim, I just said earlier in the show, we were in the Mercedes garage talking about George Russell's car, and you walked us through the new upgrades. Russell won pole yesterday, so is this Mercedes car ready to win today?
Absolutely. I mean, speaking with George yesterday, he thinks he's going to be able to win this race today. I think he's going to have to be mistake-free if this weather continues. I mean, right now, obviously, we're caught in a bit of a rainstorm, but I think one of the most important things is the start for him, whether it's going to be on an intermediate tire or whether it's going to be on a full wet weather tire. I mean, that's going to be a question, and then it's going to be down to the driver to make sure they're driving enough heat into the tire, getting it activated, and getting a good start, because heading down towards turn 1, I think could be a really messy situation if this rain holds up.
Finally, what the heck is going on with Ferarri?
Yeah, really difficult day for Ferrari yesterday. I think some of their issues were just not being able to get the tire turned on, and what I mean by that is just driving the heat through the tire and getting it activated so it's got lots of grip to it. One of the things that they've been questioning is just why they are so slow, why the cars are so slow here this weekend. I mean, coming out of free practice 3 on Saturday, they were chasing their tail. They weren't sure at all. A lot of us thought they were sandbagging a bit and they were going to show us some pace once we got into qualifying, but yeah, definitely a difficult weekend for Ferrari.
I'm still going to hope Ferrari does well today so the Paisan aren't mad at me like I wasn't cheering for the right team, you know? Okay, we need a prediction from you. Who is winning today?
Who's going to win today? I mean, that's such a fully loaded question, but I love it, Marissa. I mean, I think, honestly, again, if this weather holds like it is now, I think anyone in the top 10 could win this thing. I mean, I'm just going to throw one in. I'm going to say Oscar Piastri. I'm going to say Oscar Piastri comes away with the win today here in Canada.
Tim Hauraney, a walk to the track tradition we love. Thanks for joining us.
Marissa, thanks very much for having me. Thanks to producer Chris as well. You guys were awesome all weekend, and I hope you had fun.
Aw, Tim, that's so nice. Listen, thanks for all the access you allow us to partake in with you. We love it, buddy. Okay, anytime we're on the road, you know we go hard at food. But it's when we take our appetite and turn it into content is when it's really special. We did it at Super Bowl to great success, so now we're here in Montreal. You know the routine by now, $100. How much food are we getting? Seeing how much food we can get at F1 Montreal with $100. Croquettes and poutine. Including tip, this is $26.46. Just like last time, I can't do this alone. I've enlisted the help of the VJs. Chris is here too to help. Not gonna lie, that's kind of wild for $8 right there.
What sauce is this?
This poutine is with like a chicken sauce. Oh, thanks. All right, let's try this one. The only options here are poutine and poutine. Okay, $20.67 with tip.
What is that?
Yeah, dumpling poutine. Okay, this is the second.
Yeah.
Wait.
Insane. Lebanese shawarma wrap. It's $13.80 with tip. The chicken shawarma. We got pizza. $11.21. It's all crust. I feel like I want to spend the rest on dessert. The cookies and cream and Lucky Charms. Also the cotton candy. Might be going over budget with the tip now. $31.69. Okay, somebody.
Oh!
What happened?
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
what?
So? Yeah?
Stuffed with something.
Here.
Nothing to say.
brother. Stuffed. Do we use this as an excuse to just spend money on food? Yes, absolutely. And it's delicious. On the grounds here at Circuit de Villeneuve, they really have something for everyone. And something that truly is for everyone is Lego. It's just universal fun. We went to this activation earlier and we saw just as many, actually more adults there than there were kids, as they got to make their own McLaren car. A Lego activation anywhere is fun, but this one is really special. Can't even imagine the effort it took just to get here, but this model is made of 175,000 Lego bricks and took over 2,000 hours to design. There are smaller versions and then mini versions that fans are lining up to make. How long did you wait in line for this?
Not long, just like 15 minutes.
Oh, that's not bad. They even have a little dedication to Art and Senna here as well. This is definitely one of the most wholesome experiences here at F1 Montreal, just seeing all the kids and adults waiting in line to build their Lego, their little collectible they get to take home. I gotta work on my own. Wish me luck. Yeah, adorable to see the kids, but honestly, more adorable to see the adults. I feel like we should just play with Lego until the end of time. Of all the celebrities and athletes we chatted with this week, we had one question for all of them. What's the nicest car you've ever driven? And the answers ranged all over the place, but they were all interesting. The nicest car you've ever driven?
The nicest car I've ever driven.
But I know it's not the favorite.
I've drove a Porsche before. Nothing too crazy.
The nicest car I've ever driven. I mean, a Porsche, probably a Porsche.
Drove a Lamborghini when I had my learner license. They didn't even ask the question because I was 21, and they're like, oh yeah, you have your full driver's license, which I didn't, and I was on a track, so I thought that was kind of cool.
I need to know the nicest car you've ever driven.
Probably the Toyota Corolla, my first ever purchase in 2017.
I was probably 12 years old. 12 years. I drove it with the owner in it. He let me drive.
It was the first round, I was pretty slow, and my dad was like, you can press on that gas, but it got better.
I got my Cybertruck here with me, so that's the nicest car I would say.
And he had a Porsche Carrera GT. At the time, I think it was retailing for maybe $450,000 to $500,000. Now I think it's like $1.8 to $2 million. So I think that was the nicest car I ever driven.
That's the one over there, yeah.
Wow, I've never seen anything like that. I thought it was a Transformer.
It's a nice car, I love it, yeah.
Would you be jealous if I told you that, I feel like I've driven a faster car than you. I've driven a McLaren before. Are you a little jealous?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, wow. That's all I needed to know. I got one NHLer to say they were jealous of me. Do you have any dream car in your future maybe that you want to drive?
I can't fit most of the supercars, so I'm gonna just stick with my truck.
Well, on the track, I don't know. As long as I have a good driver who drive me and I have a good seat belt, and we'll be fine. Yeah.
Thanks for doing this.
Thank you.
My favorite answer had to have been the Toyota Corolla from Bergeron. Those cars do slap. they are kind of sweet, but I don't know. I still feel like I had the best car. It was me. I drove in a McLaren. So do I win? Is there a prize? All right, I feel like I'm flexing a ton this week. But at this point, it's our last segment from our last show in Montreal, so one more can't hurt, eh? We have some friends at Red Bull that really like to hook us up. Like earlier when I was given a tour of the Visa Cash App RB F1 Garage. Let's go take a look right now. We're getting exclusive V-Carb action, but we do have to put our phones away shortly after this, but I'll be right back. All right, we can record again. Oh, look at how precious. It's Yuki and Daniel. This is gonna be the new favorite team. Just based on the drivers alone, how precious they are. This is cool, look at this. I had to share this experience with Sam, who was behind the camera, but I had to get him in this. There's Yuki, there's Daniel, there's Daniel's helmet. Love his adorable homage to Canada with the maple syrup dripping down. Sam and I were also very into the headphones the team wears during the race. Big thank you to Red Bull and V-Carb for letting us come hang out and just enjoy the garage, and then just seeing Yuki right after we got out was the icing on top. You would think that every garage would be the same, and we've seen a few of them, not to flex even more, but we've seen a few of them throughout our journey here at F1. That one was particularly interesting because it seemed so much bigger when we went in, and we couldn't show you the parts that I'm talking about right now, but just trust me when I tell you that it actually felt like more of a garage than any of the other garages that are here at F1. That's it for us from Montreal. Enjoy the race today. Jesse will be filling in for me tomorrow as I travel back, but I'll see you again Tuesday.